Look, you missed last week's game. How difficult is it to watch on and not be able to impact a night like last week?
Yeah, I find that if you're ever not playing in a game, you're either injured, suspended, whatever it is, you can't help your teammates, you can't affect the results, so you'd be like that bit more nervous because I suppose when you're playing, when you're involved, you're in control to a certain extent, but you've no level of control when you're watching from a telly. And it was obviously a hard night in terms of their top sides, playing under tough conditions, very, very warm, and you feel helpless.
But at the same time, you are able to watch on and be analytical, and you can see where improvements to be made. So when you're in training this week, what are you working on?
Well, I suppose we've had a massive game in between the fixtures against Dundalk. I don't think Ferencváros had that problem. I think they had the weekend off, so for them it was a complete time to shut down and rest. For us, it was a big game against Dundalk. So I suppose we haven't had an opportunity to really go into the level of detail because of the fixture on Sunday. But we've watched a lot of video of them. We know they're a strong side. We knew that going into the game over there. They're a high level opposition. They're regular group stages, and they showed that. In fairness, they've very fast on the counter attack. They're very athletic and they're very good technique. They're good footballers. So for us tomorrow, I think there's probably more in us. So it's an opportunity for us to show that tomorrow night.
Yeah, and you did have a big game like almost immediately afterwards, so you didn't really have time to dwell on the defeat. You really had to refocus. An unbelievable result against Dundalk, your league rivals. How satisfying was it that you're like the character of the team were able to bounce back immediately?
Yeah, I suppose you do. It's a great problem to have. You want these. You want the fixture congestion because when you have fixture congestion, you're doing well. You're being successful. So it is. It brings us problems, but they're good problems to have. They're why we have a big squad. I suppose the manager's assembled a squad of the last few years, and he trusts every player. And he made changes on Sunday. I'm sure he made changes Thursday, and we have another big game against Drogheda in the Cup the following Sunday. So listen, it's a great time to be a player in the club. But it's on tomorrow. We've got to try win the game. That's for me is very important.
Absolutely. The manager has spoken about Ferencváros being a step above what you've faced so far. As a player, is that a great opportunity to test yourselves against the best opposition and improve all the time?
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's why you play football. It's a competitive sport. I mean, I don't think any player just wants to go out and constantly be winning every week. You want to test yourself against top opposition, and this is going to be a very difficult game for us tomorrow. They're a good side. They move the ball really well, really fast. And we've seen that last week. So, but as a player, you want to test yourself. You want to bring them to tally. They turned you over quite comfortably last week, and you maybe want to set the record straight in that respect. That we're a better side than that. But tomorrow, it gives us an opportunity. But that's all it is. We have to do on the pitch.
Yeah, and regardless of what happens tomorrow night, like you're guaranteed European football up until kind of December, anyways. So, with 3 competitions on the go, League, Cup and European football, it must be a great time to be playing for Shamrock Rovers. It must be a great atmosphere in the dressing room as well.
Yeah, it is. It's great because there's a great group of lads in our dressing room. The manager signs players that he likes technically but also personality, so there's a good camaraderie there. And we spend a lot of time together. You're obviously travelling a lot together. It's a great relationship amongst the group. So as you said, that we're fighting on all fronts. It's a great problem, as I said. It's there's silverware there to be had, but we're still a long way off. I mean, we still have 10 games left in the league. A cup run hopefully on the horizon, but a very difficult game on Sunday. And then we've got obviously a very difficult game tomorrow, but with the consolation of conference stage to look forward to.
Yeah, and to have all of that to play for, it must be a very attractive place for players to come to Shamrock Rovers, and that obviously increases the competitiveness with new players coming in all the time. You've been here quite a while. Is this as strong a team as you played in?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is it's very important to have a hungry dressing room as well. I suppose everybody's vying for positions. It's a healthy competition. That's what you want. But you look around, you look at the facilities here, the indoor setup now. I think the club's in a really good place. We've been building to get to this stage for the last few years. But as you said, if you want to sign a player, you can bring him in, you show him around. It's something that you're proud of. And for us, though, it's on the pitch. Though we've got to keep winning. We've got to keep, I suppose, the finances coming in the door, which helps keep the show on the road.
Just finally, for you personally, if you were to play tomorrow night, you would equal the all-time record for European Championship appearances. Does that make this an extra special night for you?
No, honestly, I mean, maybe when you retire, yeah, you'll appreciate it. I'm not thinking about that right now. I'd love to go out and win the game tomorrow. I'd love to, put on a show, put on something for our fans who've been brilliant for us. They've travelled us all over Europe the last kind of 6 to 8 weeks. And I'd love for them to have a night that, they're proud of us. And if the record comes on the back of that, very good. I'm sure I'd be grateful. But tomorrow it's all about the result.
Man, thanks a million.
Thank you.
And good luck tomorrow night.
You.
Cheers.
Thank you.